I am giving up weave in 2022 and beyond. Weave, extensions, all of the above.
For me, what I felt like was every time I put on a wig that I was apologizing for who I was. Being a dark-skinned woman, very curly hair, I felt like I was hiding it.
From then on, I just started wearing braids or just wear my natural hair out. That's it. Because I want other people, like myself, to be comfortable wearing their natural hair.
Simply put, I haven't worn wigs in over 6 months. As someone who started wearing wigs as a teenager, you know, this has been one freeing experience for me.
Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something that can be controversial in like the black, women's community and African women and black women in general. If you don't know me, my name is Gloria Olorinton, popularly known as Maraji. And if you know me, welcome back. You know how we do. We're always talking about something on this channel. There's always something up my sleeves because I like to talk. I like to talk a lot. All right, today we're going to be talking about wigs. Wigs. For such a while now, it's been something that a lot of people have been questioning, especially here on YouTube, have decided to stop wearing wigs or stop wearing some certain, texture of hair, which is usually like straight or very loose curls, and, stick to like the African texture of hair, or in general, just stop wearing wigs and just stick to their, natural hair or natural locks. It's something that I myself have also like done in the past, when I realized that I, heavily relied on wigs. I heavily, I would not be able to go outside my gate without quickly putting a wig on my head. I felt like that was just how I could look good. Here I am today, rocking my natural hair. Literally, if there are 365 days in a year, I probably rock my hair 300 days in a year. First things first, wigs have always been in an African woman's life for a very long time. Years and years and years ago. I know they used to wear a lot of afro and full moon, but then they came into like the whole wearing of the synthetic wigs and the Chinese Yankee straights, synthetic wigs and waves and stuff like that. And those were what was in vogue. Those were not too expensive. They were very, very accessible. I remember I used to cut my hair when I was young, and when it was like my school party time, the little hair I had on my head, they would like pack it. Guys, I don't know how they did it. They will pack it and then do like that telephone wire. If you're Nigeria, you know telephone wire. They will do telephone wire for me, and I'll be so happy, even though I know that when school resumes, I'm shaving that hair off, because my daddy never let me do my hair because he thought like hair was a distraction for women. And yeah, like telephone wire was really a thing, for young girls, at least in my time. And there was Yankee straight. It was YAKI, I think. And there were those shorts like pixie cuts. They used to call them Anita Baker. I remember all those because my sister and my mother, they used to do their hair, so I remember that about both of them. And for a long time, it's been a normal thing. Like having our natural hair out has never been normal since I was born. And I cannot come here and start, trying to divulge whether it is our fault, or if it is the white man's fault, or if it is colonization, or if it is just ignorance about our own hair. But I'm going to be giving you reasons why many black and African women say they like to wear waves or wigs. Number one reason why a lot of black women and African women, I'm going to say African and black women a lot in this video because Africans are Africans. We don't consider ourselves blacks or whites. Then the Americans and the British, they have the whites and the blacks. And so I'm going to be saying blacks and Africans a lot. So one of the reasons why a lot of we women say that we like to wear waves and wigs is because of protective styling. So if you know anything about natural hair or relaxed hair or whatever hair you have in your head as a black woman, if you have type 4 hair, you know that it is not the easiest hair texture. As much as a lot of people like to say that, oh, it's not hard, you guys should stop saying that, black hair is hard, it's easy, you're just trying to be like the white women or the mixed race. It is not the easiest. If you put type 1, type 2, type 3 hair, type 4 hair is 100% the hardest hair to care for. I do not care what fallacy you're trying to be under. I do not care if you're trying to be a natural hair empowered queen. We can be naturally empowered and love our hair and embrace our hair and still be honest. Type 4 hair, which is usually what we Africans have, is the hardest hair to manage out of all the other types of hair there is. As women, we like to look beautiful and we like to look our best. And so we want to protect what we have, because keep in mind that the natural hair or relaxed hair breaks very easily. We have to do a lot of techniques to keep our hair on our head. We have to wear bonnets at night. We have to deep condition our hair weekly. We have to tie our hair. We have to pack our hair, and it can't be too tight. There's so many rules while keeping your hair, whether it's relaxed or natural. There are so many rules, and because our hair breaks a lot because of how dry our hair naturally is, we do not tend to retain length like other hair textures, and so we would rather protect the hair. Now, whether it is actually protecting the hair or not, that's one of the reasons why we black people or we Africans say that we wear wigs. Another reason why black or African women say that we wear wigs is because of convenience and time. And so if you know anything about natural hair or relaxed hair in general, you know that it is time consuming. Okay, it is time consuming. It has a mind of its own. Today it looks good, tomorrow it's frizzy. The product you used today on it that made it look good, use it tomorrow, it's not gonna look good. I've seen a lot of people with type 3, type 2 hair, and they wake up in the morning, they fluff, and they go. And so convenience and time is one of the things, and people have work to do, people have kids, people have families, people have jobs. Like, there's so much required from us as women that our natural hair is literally one of the last things we want to be concerned about. So that's one of the reasons why many black or African women wear wigs. Medical reasons. Now, this is something that I'm not very familiar with, but it's something that I've been hearing, and I had a lot of people in my comments as well who mentioned that in one of my videos where I suggested I was going to have this conversation. And some people are like, they struggle with alopecia, they have medical issues, and so their hair cannot grow, and so they have to result in wearing wigs. And so these people now rely on type 1s or type 2 or type 3 hairs, because the truth is, if you already are, you have a lot going on with your life, you have a lot of stress, a lot of issues, a lot of things that life has already thrown at you. Detangling a wig, detangling a wig is the last thing you want to do. You do not want to now take off the stress of the fact that you don't have hair on your head, and then now you're now detangling wig and moisturizing wig and braiding the wig and be like, okay, tomorrow morning I'm going to wear it out. That's like one of the last things you want to do. And this is not even a thing where you might, I don't like type 4 hair wigs. You might actually like it, but then you might not have the energy and the time and the effort to give to that wig like you would your own hair, knowing that it's not growing. And so medical reasons is another reason why people wear wigs, because not everybody can grow hair. Some people have life issues or stress that doesn't enable them grow their hair like everybody, and so they resort to wearing wigs. Better fit. I have personally heard people say this, and even though I do not think it makes any sense, I've heard people say things like natural hair does not look good on me, which is quite crazy. It's just like somebody saying that no makeup doesn't look good on me. I have to put a full face of makeup so I can look good. And this is an excuse a lot of people have. Like, natural hair, no, they fits me, not my thing, no, they even look good on me. Me now waiting long, now they always fits me. And so that's another reason why a lot of people wear wigs, because they just think that what God gave them from birth doesn't suit them. Another reason is ignorance. Okay, so some people are genuinely ignorant about how to grow their hair, and you cannot even fault us. For such a long time, We have been keeping our hair underneath something. We have been chemically processing our hair. We really don't know how to take care of our hair. Like, there is no like passed down like form of tradition where it's like, oh, this is something we as Black people do to our hair. We are literally learning our hair today, and that's why there's so much misinformation when it comes to natural hair. Today you see shea butter is great for your hair. Tomorrow you see shea butter is not good for your hair. Next tomorrow you hear that they say oil is good for your hair. Tomorrow again you hear that they say no oil on your hair. Next week, you hear that they say that you should not use gel on your hair. Next month, you hear that gel is what is perfect. In fact, just use only gel and water and go. Next year, they'll hear that coconut oil is bad. Another year, they'll say coconut oil is the best oil. There's so much information being bombarded on us as Black women every day, where it's just like, you know what? I don't care. I go just wear my wig and go. I'm tired. What is this? Afro Latinas and Brazilians that have like 4C hair, 4B hair, they barely, like, they never even protect their hair. You see them with their big afros all the time. And we and these people, we have the same hair texture. And now I'm going to be talking about why I think wigs and weaves are very, very problematic. I'm not talking of every wig or weave. Keep in mind, I'm talking of like straight hairs, you know, straight weaves and silky straight hair textures that are naturally not ours. So I'm going to be talking about why I think they are problematic. One of the reasons why I think that these things are problematic is because they fit into beauty standards. They fit into you have to look a certain way to look good. And you know what's funny is that if you have your natural hair, I remember one time, I don't know why this came to my memory. I remember one time I went for an interview. I was still like, I wouldn't say I was up and coming. I was already like 2 years into like my career. And I went for an interview on Channels Television. You can search on, you know, YouTube to just see that interview. And I packed my natural hair. My natural hair wasn't even long then. So I put like a fake natural, those buns. Yeah, I put one of those ones on. And I went there. I felt like I looked really cute. I really liked how I looked. And what everybody on social media was saying is, why is she wearing her natural hair? She deep her life. Why am I wearing my own hair? That was when I knew that we are our own problem. Like, there's this thing where if you see a girl wearing a very a very shiny, silky hair that's, you know, long, and you know this one is expensive. And you see somebody like me now, I pack my hair to the back, we're side by side, you think, obviously the one with natural hair does not have money. She's poor, she cannot fend for herself, but the one that has silky straight hair or silky curly bouncy weave definitely is she's well to do, and she's, you know, doing well for herself. And I feel like they're very classist. Like, you can see people literally identify our natural hair with Simbi goes to school. Like, you see people be like, okay, I'm gonna go from 0 to 100, and the 0 they are talking about is their natural hair. That's the 0. The 100 is somebody else's hair. I know that is just something funny that we do, but I just find that it's deeply rooted in us, that we think that the silky hair and the straight and the curly and the bouncy weave is like a top class self of us. Like, that is our self as our, like, in our toppest class. And then us in a cornrow or us packing our hair in a bun is like 0. And so I think they're just very classist, because people will tend to identify people that have good wigs on their hair with money, and people that, you know, do not have wigs on their hair poor. And I just find that that's just really problematic. So yeah, another reason why I think that wigs and weaves are very problematic is because they are very expensive. Guys, I'm not talking small money here. I'm talking like $300, $400, 600,000 naira, 700,000 naira, 800,000. Sometimes you go see wig for 1 million. Why?
It's 46 inches. It's going out from 20,000 Ghana.
It's okay for you to want to, have something that you like and you buy, because at the end of the day, you're using your own money. Every other time when you get your salary, you're thinking, I need to buy a new wig. Keep in mind, you already have like 13 wigs in your drawer. They've tied you on a tree. The wig that they use to hold you is horsehair. Except you can afford it, except you really you have enough money to throw around. Wig money is not your problem. Then obviously, yes, please, go ahead and spend the money. I'm just talking for people who are living off a budget and they know genuinely they have so many other things they can, spend their money on, but they're just so addicted to the idea of switching it up and changing it up and having at least 15 weeks or 20 weeks before they feel accomplished. Number 3 reason why I think wigs are problematic is because I feel like it preys on our insecurities, which each and every one of us has as human beings, as women. There's just 1 or 2 things that we wish we didn't have, or wish were different, or wish could be better. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't see somebody that had a 3A hair and I'm like, oh, wouldn't life be so easy if that was my hair texture? I would be a liar if I didn't say that. Keep in mind, you guys, I rock my natural hair 360 days in a year, so I know for a fact that I like my natural hair. But in my head, I'm like, if my hair type was 3A or 3B, I'll be happier. It'll be easier, it'll be less, stressful, it'll be silky, it'll be very shiny. And yeah, and when I keep feeding myself with other hair textures that isn't mine, when I see my own, I will not be pleased. I have been talking and the microphone wasn't on, so I'm so sorry if the audio was just ridiculously stupid. But what I was saying is, it preys on our insecurities as women, and it just makes you feel like you always have to compare and contrast which one is better, which one looks better. I just feel like that's what it does. It does prey on our insecurities. The last reason why I think they are very problematic is that they make us neglect our hair. So we are constantly neglecting our hair, and we're constantly pushing it back in the back seat so that we cultivate and care and nourish something else that is not our hair. And it's just like wearing all the best makeup in the world, buying all the nicest, newest brand of makeup and not taking care of your skin. That just doesn't sound right. You want to take care of your skin underneath that makeup, and so even when you wear the makeup, it looks really good. And I feel like even when you take off your wig, you want to make sure that your hair is proper, it is nice, it still looks like something that is catered for by the person that owns the hair. And I think that natural wigs or weaves make us I've seen people with hair, they carry wigs and weaves for months, 5 months, 6 months. Yo, if you people see the hair that is under their hair, what I find very hypocritical about black people is that when we come for other races of hair for wearing afro or for wearing this texture or wearing our texture of hair, we are angry. But why are we angry? Who gave you the authority to be angry? You like to wear Mongolian people's hair and Brazilian and the Indians and the Chinese and the Filipinos, and you wear blonde hair and brown hair and red hair and all the colors of hairs. But all of these people are pressurizing you. In fact, they are making use of your insecurity to make wealth. They are ripping off of it. Well, they don't care. And so when I see people bash, you bash black people or black hairdressers for plaiting a white person's hair or for making cornrows, we will also, if they want to learn our hairstyle, if they also want to make our hairstyle, why not? Why not? Why not plait a white person's hair if they want to plait it? If I'm a hairdresser now and a white person comes to my shop and she says she wants to make all back or she wants to make shuku, happily, I would get my cool cash. Like, it's that simple, it's that neat, it's that like, why do we care that other people like our texture of hair when we ourselves, we don't even like the texture of hair? That is just a very hypocritical part of the black community that I find, and I'm really sick of it. I'm really sick of it. Gatekeeping the natural hair, gatekeeping our natural textures, when we ourselves, we do not wear our natural textures 9 over 100 out of, like, most of the time. We are wearing other people's hair textures. Like, let this thing be even. If you want to wear other people's textures, fine. If they want to wear your textures, that's fine. So after saying all of this, I'm going to be diving into why I personally am going to keep wearing wigs. Number one reason why I'm going to keep wearing wigs is because they are culturally acceptable. And what I mean by culturally acceptable is, if it ain't broke, why fix it? So culturally, it's an acceptable thing. We've been wearing weaves and wigs for years now, for so long. And I feel like if you want to switch it up from time to time and wear a wig, you know, and wear a new weave, sure, why not? It's culturally acceptable. It's a nice way to switch things up. It's a nice way to, you know, change your look if you want to. And I feel like it applies to many cultures. I have seen Koreans, especially, who perm their hair to the point where it's very curly and has like a 4 type texture, and I think it's very beautiful on them. Like, if you want to switch up your look as a lady, there shouldn't be anybody that should say, oh no, why should you wear pink hair, or why should you wear red hair? If you want to switch it up, switch it up. If you want to change, if you want to wear a new wig, if you want to, you know, try something new, why not? I just feel like it's a culturally acceptable thing for us as black women to switch it up with other people's hair textures. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm going to keep wearing wigs. Another reason why I think I'm going to keep wearing wigs is because they are beautiful. If I'm being honest, these other styles of hair, they are beautiful, and so is my own hair. I'm not going to say that the hair that white people have on their head is not beautiful just because I want to try to compensate for myself. That's not true. I have a 4A hair, I have 4 type hair. The person that has type 1 hair or type 2 hair, they also have equally beautiful hair because that's how God gave it to them. And so if I want to also switch things up and be like, I like the way this hair looks on this lady, if I have money, I would like to buy this hair and see what it looks like on myself. And I also find what her hair texture is to be beautiful on her, and I also want to try it out. And I feel like if you want to also try out an afro hair, you should be able to try it out. And I think I'm repeating myself at this point, but I'm just trying to say that we all have beautiful hairs, whether you're type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. We all have beautiful hairs, and we should be able to try and wear different hairs if we want to. Number 3, it truly is a protective style. For many people, wigs are like a protective style. I know many people on YouTube that I follow who their hair is like down to their butt because they constantly wear wigs to grow their hair. And when they take out their hair, they wash and they deep condition it, and their hair looks so healthy and so long because they genuinely are doing it to protect their hair. They are not lying about whether they want to protect. They are genuinely protecting their hair. And so when they do this, they wear, you know, a bonnet underneath, they wear a wig, and they go out, you know, out and about. Maybe they have their hair in, you know, little twists or braids or what have you. And I think these are, you know, genuine protective styles that, you know, they want to wear and they want to rock and they want to go about their day. And so I think it genuinely helps your hair to grow. And so if you want to use wigs as a protective style, you can definitely use. There are right and wrong ways to always do everything, so you just have to know what or what not to do. I don't know about lace frontals, but I've heard a lot of people say that lace frontals break, you know, cause breakage in the front part of their hair. I'm not a lace frontal girl. Me, I just if I wear a wig, I'm putting it on. I don't glue anything. I don't do anything extra. But yeah, these are like, wigs are actually ways that you can, you know, actually protect your hair underneath your head if that's actually your reason. The last one is that natural hair and hairdressers, they don't like each other. And so right now, natural hair is still a very ignorant topic with a lot of hairdressers right now in Nigeria, Ghana, Africa as a whole. Even in America, I see, like, on YouTube and stuff, like, I hear a lot of complaints like that. Like, you cannot do your hair without blow drying your hair. You cannot make proper braids without, like, them packing a ton of gel. You have to blow dry your hair. Some even have all the way to straighten your hair, and that is damaging to our hair. We have to do all of these things just to do like braids. And so I feel like wigs are just a very simpler method. Like I can have my hair packed like this and put on a bonnet and then wear a wig and nobody would know. Like you wouldn't even know that my hair is not in cornrows or a hairdresser did not make it. I made my hair recently, and the tights, they use this those very tiny combs, the ones that have very tiny teeth, to comb my hair. Like, how do you comb my hair with something? I have natural hair. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. And I feel like there's still a lot of ignorance with, you know, that. And so that's one of the reasons why I'm still going to keep wearing wigs. So now I'm going to be telling you reasons why you shouldn't wear wigs if you wear wigs. Number one is that you genuinely do not like your hair, and you know for a fact that you do not like your hair. I think you should give your hair grace, give your hair time, just kind of learn about your hair. Even if you're relaxed or, you know, natural, there are ways on YouTube you can learn about your hair, see what your hair likes, see what products your hair likes, see how you can style your hair, see if you can add like your texture of hair to your hair. There are a lot of natural companies that sell clip-ins for your type of hair, whether it's straight, whether it's, you know, Yankee straight hair, whatever type of hair you have. There are a lot of companies that can sell clip-ins for that. You can even buy like fake hair buns that are your natural texture. These are ways that you can get accustomed to your own hair without somebody else's hair. If you know that you're not financially capable of exploring nice wigs or buying the wigs you want to buy, then I see no reason why you should be buying those wigs in the first place, because my dog. I see no reason why you should be buying those wigs because you genuinely know that you cannot afford them until when you feel like, okay, you have, you know, set aside the things that are important and the things that are not very necessary. Then why not? You can, you know, splurge on a wig or two, buy something that you like and something you think you deserve for Christmas, for your birthday, whatever it is. But I feel like if you know that you're still a student, you cannot financially afford them, you can just stick to you wearing your natural hair, or stick to whatever it is you can afford, whether it be a synthetic wig or whatever you feel like switching with your look with. I'm not saying you should stop wearing wigs for life, obviously, like, no, but for a while it's just like therapy. You just want to stay away. And I feel like for every good thing there's always that negative outcome or negative like side of it, just like social media, just like makeup, like everything that we can say, okay, this has been a really good, you know, addition to my life. Just like this new artificial intelligence, like everything that has been good has a terrible side. Like right now I'm trying to purge off of social media because I can spend hours and hours and hours on Instagram just consuming content and just like lying on the bed doing nothing. And so this video is in no way trying to tell anybody that you should stop wearing wigs. Bro, I'm probably gonna wear a wig tomorrow. Like I'm just saying, like, if this is your struggle, if this is something you know that you're struggling with, why not just give it a break? Why not just, you know, try to give your natural hair or your relaxed hair or whatever hair you have in your head, whether your locks, give it a try, you know, see how it goes. And yeah, learn to appreciate it, you know, as it is. Learn to rock it, learn to be confident in whatever length or stage it's at, whether it's short, whether it is very tiny on your head. If this is your first time watching my channel, you want to check out other channels and other videos. I'm so lost, guys. I am 8 months pregnant. I can't think straight. But yeah, if you want to check out other videos on my channel, please do. Make sure you share this too as well, so that this video gets as much likes and views, so that I can make money. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.
Estava a viver, caminhando na vida.